I think the tourism has been changing since 2015. Normally, where we see that there's a lot of people doing vacation, because it's not only the international, it's the Portuguese too, but we always will always welcome tourism. Okay, I think we are our way of being has that in mind. We are very appreciated to have people from another countries.
Now we're ready.
First of all, thank you for your invitation. My name is Ricardo Amaral, and I'm the manager of MG Campers. That belongs to 54 Collection Group, a group focused on hospitality. At Campers on Way, we are a team of 7. Francisco and Tiago are responsible for the front office of Campers on Way.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for your local perspective today. And we will start with the questions so we can look together at the topic of overtourism.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's start with the first question. How has tourism in your region changed over the last years, and especially the past years, and in the current season, which is, I guess, starting now slowly?
Okay. I think the tourism hasn't changed in the last 3 years. I think the tourism has been changing since 2015. Okay, like I told you, we have a group. We are a group. We have hotels, and what we understood that in starting 2015 around until COVID appeared, the tourism went frankly up. Okay, and after COVID, of course, there was a blackout. So what we saw is that the tourism stopped, at least international. And then after COVID, we started to feel even more tourism, like nowadays. And I think, and what we see nowadays, we have a little bit of tourism. Important. Portugal really likes to have tourism. We are economy based. Our economy is based in tourism. So, and we always, of course, we have exceptions like every country, but we always will always welcome tourism. Okay, I think we are our way of being has that in mind. We are very appreciated to have people from another countries.
Thank you.
That was said beautifully, I would say.
Yes, I thought the same.
Of course, we are camper intermediators, so we are really interested also in how the camper infrastructure has developed.
I know. I know
that's the next question. No, it's perfect that you started in general. We wanted to, so yeah. But just to focus also on camping, tell us more about that if you like.
Okay, that's very simple. The camper tourism has clearly increased. Like I said, not only from after COVID, but we feel that more. And the infrastructures are growing along with it. I believe not enough. Okay, to start. But the problem normally, it's not only the problem with over-tourism that we feel. First, it's in July and August. Okay, normally where we see that there's a lot of people doing vacation, because it's not only the international, it's the Portuguese too. Okay, it's in July and August, and we feel that in the coastline, we feel that in Lisbon, and we feel that in Porto. It's like the main things. So the over-tourism in Portugal, in my personal opinion, okay, because I travel a bit too, it's not true. It depends. If you want to be in a certain spot, if you want to go last minute and book a camping, if you want to do something, you're not going to be succeeded, maybe. Okay, it depends of the spots. But like I said before, if people do in a way like prepare their trip and follow the advices, okay, I believe that normally you won't feel that. Personal opinion.
Okay.
Maybe one additional question. You said it's mainly in July and August.
Yes.
Because maybe they are the vacation of the schools in Portugal, I guess.
Yes, not only that, because exactly it's the vacation of the Portuguese people normally, July and August, and we do camping too. Okay, we are seeing in the last years the national tourism being done in Portugal. Okay, because in Portugal you have everything. You have the coastline that is beautiful. Okay, you have the inside of the country. I'm sorry, and you can find a little bit of everything. Okay, and what I normally say to when someone is my friend and is from another country is that July and August, it's our peak season. But in my personal opinion, I would prefer May. You can find easily weather of the summer, June and September, because you have still the summer in Portugal. You can find easily 30 degrees some days, 20 something, and at the same time you don't have everyone that is in vacation, the kids that are outside of school, okay, and you can have some quality. You are more relaxed, and even the pressure that you feel, the over tourism, you won't feel it in the same way.
That was exactly the thing I wanted to know. Thank you.
Okay, more questions. Tell me.
Yes, I think the next one would be if there you currently observing any special challenges in the peak season with over-tourism, because you said it's very full in July and August, but the lower season, the shoulder season, is not that problem. But are there any problems occurring?
Of course, problems, situations always happen. Okay, I think that, like I said before, there's over tourism, but I think that the most important thing to understand is that sometimes people want to be in exact place in their way, and they are not flexible. Okay, you have rules like in any country. Okay, and sometimes you can even see some conflict. I even did this. Okay, we have 600 rentals per year. So to just have an idea, we have at least what is reported. It's 2% of those 600 rentals. With this, I'm already putting all situations that are reported. Okay, and why does this situation happens? Okay, there are, I believe, the three biggest reasons. First of all, wild camping in places that are not allowed. Okay, where is not allowed? In natural reserves. Okay, if it's not in a specific place. Okay. The second thing, waste and sanitation issues. Okay, this is very important because people get really upset, and that's good at the end of the day. I believe otherwise we wouldn't have a country. And noise and lack of respect for local routines. What means this? Of course, sometimes people even go to the right place, but the right place sometimes it's 30 meters or 40 meters something from a house. If people are doing noise at 2 or 3 a.m., it's normal to have some issues because people are going to wake up. If they wake up, they're going to call the police for noise. So that's the major situations. One thing that we do at Campers on Way, this is important, okay? We always recommend Park for Night. It's an application that is opinion-based, okay? It's not 100% precise because it's opinion-based. This is always important to notice. But we do another thing. We give WhatsApp group, okay? A private WhatsApp group between us, so our front office members, Francisco and Tiago, and our guests. Okay, so during all their trip, if they have any questions, they are always, or issues, they are always able to contact us, so we can help. Okay, can I park here? They will reply. Okay, so and Park for Night is good with this. Why? Because Park for Night tells you where you can park or not. But sometimes there can be some questions. Another thing that is very important: where can't you park? I want to, like I said, natural reserves, not in a specific place, and the front row of the coastline. What happens many times is that people have here a park that is allowed to park, but it's like 50 meters from the sea. And then you have a park that's 20 meters behind. But people want to stay there in the 50 meters and don't want to go to the other park 20 meters behind. And that's why we say there's over-tourism, because sometimes there's not responsible and people are not... They really want that because it's their vacations. We totally understand, but we need always to think the things need to be sustainable and people need to think in the others. You can't park a vehicle in the middle of the road until you have a place.
Yeah.
That's the
I
issue.
think the steep cliffs in the Algarve are very sensitive area also.
The
And
Dunes.
that's
We
the
call
reason
it
they can't park in the front line. It's dangerous and not sustainable. Yeah, you're right.
It's that, but you have there the signal saying that you can't park there. That's what I'm saying. Imagine, it's normal that people want to have the view. Even myself, when I was younger, I would do that. Okay, and but I think that it's like you said, it's dangerous, and adding to that, it's you're not following the law. So the law, it's what it is. We can be against or in favor. I'm in favor personally, but at the end of the day, we need to follow it.
You were really good answering the questions. You kind of answered the next two ones too. We were wanting to ask about the challenges, so I think we have covered that. And also, that's your question, Alexandra. I don't want to steal it from you.
we spoke about what the most common conflicts between locals and campers are. I think you explained it very, very good.
There's one thing. I'm so sorry.
Yes, of course, please.
That makes all the difference. Okay, it's the support of the local businesses and sometimes the kind words. Because people in Portugal, it's incredible. We really like to talk. Okay, we really like genuine, and of course, if people feel that you have you open your heart, you're true, you will always be well received. I think that, imagine, we are not a country that is very national. You know, we are a country that all our history, okay, we always brought everyone from everywhere, and we always really give importance to that. And one thing that happens normally is that when I traveled, all years I traveled, I go to the countries and I feel that the culture, I learned their culture, okay? And they never ask me my culture. Sometimes you can have in a coffee or something like that, but you don't feel that the people really care about your culture. Here in Portugal, I believe that, of course, you need to be lucky. You need to have some luck. If you're unlucky, it can be what it is. But people like to learn. Okay, like to see other things. If you see, Portugal is maybe with our system of education that is not it's not excellent, but everyone speaks English because we care at the end of the day.
I think the main thing is that you want to be seen as the locals there. You want to be seen with your culture, with your personality, and that's the problem, that most of the people don't see you as a human.
I agree totally with you. At the end of the day,
maybe you could repeat what campers or travelers could do differently to help avoid the issues.
That's simple. Use official camping parks. I think it's whenever possible. Okay, in places where you don't have places to stop. Okay, use it. Don't try to go against the law. That's very important. Respect local cultural rules and that stuff. Okay, don't make a noise in the front of a house at 3 a.m. I'm giving you examples so that it's easier. Avoid staying overnight in sensitive or restricted areas. Okay, it's a little bit the point one, but this is even for safety, because normally when you have some robbery, some stuff, it's because of this. Okay, Portugal is a very safe country, but you can have a fire in the summer. You can have something, and if you're in a place that you're totally alone, stuff can happen. Okay, be really mindful. This is very important of your waste. Okay, this is very important because we always speak in Europe. Fortunately, we have this culture of sustainable. Okay, and of course, environment is not the only thing that needs to be sustainable. But the waste is the first step. This is very important. Second thing, support the local business. If you support the local business, normally, and not only go to the big shops, okay, like the giant ones, people really appreciate that, and there you will feel, not on the big ones, on the small ones, you will feel the true nature of the Portuguese people.
Yeah,
I'm
I
getting
think so too.
goosebumps.
I thought that was horrible, but
No,
No, it's very heartwarming.
Yeah,
how you
and I think
explain
it's a more beautiful travel experience if you get a really authentic impression of the people and culture too. So it's a win-win situation if you really get to talk to small businesses and support them too. So I think the tourists can really take a good journey out of this tip. We have a last question. You had already spoke about the law and regulations and that you support them. Do you have a tip maybe for your and our customers where they can find reliable info?
Okay. I think that things are always changing. Okay, in the last 3 years, things already changed to one way, then changed to second way, etc. But you have Tourism of Portugal, first of all, okay, that I think that they give you very, very good advices. And they normally, I think Tourism of Portugal is maybe the thing that is from Portugal, national, from the government, okay, from it's not a private thing, that works better. Okay, they really focus. And then you have the local municipality. Okay, you have some places where they give you where you can park, where you can't, etc. I think those are the best stuff. But there are things that you can do more. You have camping platforms, okay, like I said before in the interview, that Park4Net is one of them. It's not perfect, customer-based opinion, okay, but and with us, you're lucky. You have Francisco and Tiago that they are amazing. Okay, they really care. And at the end of the day, sometimes I see them at home and they are replying at 9 and 10 p.m. because I can see the replies. Okay, and at the end of the day, that's what makes the difference.
Yeah, very beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I just would like to end with this. I just would like to end with this because this I wrote and I'm going to read it. Of course, I'm going to try. Let me just see where it is.
Sure. And everything you couldn't tell us, which is in your head and in your mind, we are, excited for it.
This is more speaking about Portugal, like I said before. Portugal is an amazing destination for camper and travel diverse. You have from the coastline to the mountains, and from the Alqueva, one of the biggest lakes in I don't know if it's in Europe, but for sure in Iberian Peninsula. It's a very safe place, I can tell you. Of course, don't leave your wallet showing with money on the vehicle. Don't leave your phone on a table and go away. But people are very welcoming, okay? And I think that if tourism is done in a responsible way, okay, and the sustainable, not only not taking out the waste, but to really sustainable in all sectors, okay? From campers on the way when you go to a small village and you go to a restaurant, and then when you go to a little shop of a person, and people will give you good advices, okay? And it can be a win-win situation to everyone. Not only the travelers, but in this case we are speaking to them, okay, but the local community and even the business, and so that the things can remain authentic. What I feel nowadays is that the things, not only in Portugal, but when I went to Thailand, like I said, in other countries, what I feel is that things are losing the authenticity. Things are getting too much business, and sometimes the trick to be different, okay, to have things still the same how it was like 50 years ago or 40 years ago or 30 years ago, like in our father's time, is to give a chance to those little businesses, to have a talk with the old man, to know a little bit of the culture, and like that you will have a heartwarming experience. This is my opinion, and this will raise awareness and is extremely important.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
We can just support that. We have both been to Portugal, so I think
You have? Okay.
Yes.
yeah.